Assembly of the pilot vanishing point or the capless is relatively straightforward for cleaning purposes. We're not going to talk about removing this button, which is not necessary because no ink gets there. If ink should actually get dislodged behind this, seek professional repair. The same goes for this bit, the little thing that closes off the nib. Anything happens there, and you'll probably need a professional because this is serious pen repair work. For cleaning purposes, just remove the converter from the nib and feed unit. Some of these can be unscrewed, but this is pretty flimsy plastic, so it's probably a good idea just to leave it in place if you cannot just unscrew it. Put a little bit of silicone grease on a Q-tip and carefully slide it in there to lubricate the piston from the inside. Removing the nib can be a little bit difficult because the plastic of the feed is fairly fragile. Take a bit of Scotch tape, put it on the nib, and then the nib should just slide out. This is also useful if you are looking to exchange nibs and you don't have a whole unit. The feed is best left inside. In principle, I suppose you might be able to knock it out from behind, but since this is a long way to go and the feed is actually made of pretty thin and hard plastic, I'm afraid it's easy to break. Once you have flushed this out thoroughly, just slide the nib back on there. This little T-shaped thing, that's the side the nib does not go on. It goes on to the other side, where you may be able to see the thin ink channel. Just slide the nib back on there when you're done. Put the converter or cartridge back in. Notice the little notch right there in the section. It aligns perfectly with the little knob on the nib unit. Put it back in, take this end, screw it back in there, and your pen should work. And you are ready for a bit of haggis.